Great, in this video we're going to talk about what is social media. Now I'll begin with a definition from the article. It's on page 2 of the article, under the heading social media. And it says, social media are often defined as an entity that consists of online technologies, practices, or communities that people use to generate content and share opinions, insights, experiences, and perspectives with each other. So what does it even mean? All right, let's break this down a little bit. Social media is different from other forms of marketing and communication because, yes, it is a form of mass communication. When you put something out there on the internet, it can go to everybody in the world. But it's also very interpersonal. Let me give an example. This YouTube channel that you all are watching is going out to the whole world. If you're watching this video, anybody in the world with an internet connection can watch this video, right? So in that regard, it is mass communication. But there's also a degree of interpersonal communication. So for example, I get emails periodically to my Gmail that's associated with this YouTube account from students all over the world asking for help on their assignments, asking for all sorts of stuff. I've had people ask me if I'll be a PhD student, a PhD advisor for them. What do I think about this theory? Can I help recommend some articles to them? And they can do the same kind of communication when they comment down below on the playlist. So I'm responding back to these comments or these emails, and that's also a form of interpersonal communication. So it's really weird because you're talking to everybody at the same time while you're also talking to nobody in particular, if you wish, right? It's kind of a weird dichotomy. So it's mass communication and interpersonal communication simultaneously. Now, what we normally think of from an entrepreneur's perspective of how you can use social media, you normally think of it as used for two different things. The first is customer relationship management. And you sometimes hear this called CRM. You know, if you look at historically, how did you manage your customer relationships? Maybe somebody mailed you a letter, maybe somebody made a phone call, maybe you went out and did a little bit of ground and pound, actually going out into the community, right? But now with online, people can post a comment on your Facebook page, they can post a comment on your YouTube channel, they can respond to your Twitter account. There's all this kind of stuff, and when people are posting things, they can be making comments, suggestions. I had a great time, and this is an opportunity for you as a small business owner to interact with your customers in this way, right? You get an email, somebody posted on your Twitter feed, somebody posted on your YouTube channel, whatever, and they said, hey, I loved your, let's say it's a restaurant. Hey, I love my hamburger today. You can say, great, I'm glad you enjoyed the hamburger. Please say hello next time and I'll give you a discount. That's an example of customer relationship management. Okay. Now it's also very low-cost marketing, right? Let me give an example. And you've probably seen these ASMR videos that they're videos that you can watch and help you relax. And there are so many of them on YouTube, and they're used to help people relax. But it's somebody getting their hair cut or something like that. I can guarantee, like these small barbershops in Vietnam, Thailand, Alabama, whatever, sometimes they get followings all over the world, right? They're basically touching sometimes tens of thousands of viewers in a single day. I can think of no other form of marketing that could be that effective, right? And so it touches everybody, but it's very low cost, right? To make a video, whether it's a video on my channel, a video of somebody getting their hair cut. There's also a lot of these ASMR videos of people going to chiropractic services and getting like their back and their neck cracked, right? And those are watched by tens of thousands of people all over the world. It's low cost, right? You basically need the money to buy a camera, the money to buy a computer, the money to pay for an internet connection. Chances are you already have all three of those things, right? Especially if you're an entrepreneur. And you need to be able to spend some time and be willing to risk your dignity just a little bit in the process of filming something. That's really all it is. It's low cost. Compare that to going to an advertising agency who could charge who knows how much per hour to do work that really wouldn't hit tens of thousands of people across the world. So you have the potential to go viral as well, in addition to focusing on your local geographic marketing, right? So again, CRM, and it's a low-cost marketing tool. So let me give an example of a business that has really used, and it's not entrepreneurship exactly, but it's a business that has really used social media very well. Think of Starbucks. I mean, they have used Starbucks to generate customer loyalty because they're very active on their social media accounts. And that loyalty turns into retention. So if somebody likes the coffee experience, they like the way Starbucks treat them on social media, then they're going to continue going back. It has been used to increase sales. You know, they let people on their Facebook page know about the unicorn frappuccino, and people all want to go and try it, right? It can be, of course, because there's more sales, then there's going to be more revenues. They can increase customer satisfaction. Someone says, hey, you know, I really enjoyed white chocolate mocha or something. I post that on a social media and say, great, come on in next time, and we'll give you a discount. That increases customer satisfaction. Or I can say, you know what, I didn't like that muffin that I had at Starbucks, and say, you know what, we're sorry you didn't like that muffin. Why don't you, give us a chance to make it right to you. Come on in for a free muffin next time, right? So this is a way to enhance customer satisfaction. It can create brand awareness, right? Social media, again, it blasts out everywhere. There's advertisements, there's videos, there's so much. So everybody knows about Starbucks because of their use of social media. And of course, it can help build a reputation. If you're a new business, this is a way for customers to discover you. And more importantly, if you effectively use your social media, right, this is a way to gain legitimacy. Think about a new restaurant, right? If you open a restaurant, you really need to be good with Yelp, okay? Get people to do a check-in on Yelp, get people to post how much they liked your food on Yelp, and of course you respond on Yelp, hey, thanks for coming by, love to see you again, you know, or if they say I didn't like the food, you try to make it right with them on Yelp. This helps build your reputation, because when strangers who in theory don't have any loyalty tied to you endorse your product, then that can snowball into other people thinking that this is a legitimate business, and that can help boost your reputation. So again, social media can be used for all of these things. And again, because of the fact that it's so low cost and it can reach such a broad audience, social media really creates kind of a David and Goliath sort of situation. This is a way for the small business owner with one or just a couple dozen locations for their operations to compete against large international chains. Think of small local pizzerias. A lot of them are masters of social media, and this is the only way that they can at least remain on par when it comes to marketing with the large Pizza Hut, Domino, Papa John's type chains with their massive marketing machines, right? So this kind of enables you to be a David against your competitor's Goliath. Another thing that's kind of cool about social media is, and if you want to look at Hofstede, he talks about indulgent versus constrained cultures. You know, more and more we, especially in the West, are becoming what we might call an indulgent customer. We want just a little bit of information, we want it now, and we want it easily. So like, let's say, you know, you're driving by and you see a restaurant, you think about stopping at it. Well, can I go in and look at the menu and, you know, ask what's good and figure out what I want and walk out or decide to stay? I mean, that's kind of a lengthy process, right? Or you just go to their Yelp site, you look, okay, what's on the menu? I like all those things. Let me look at some reviews. Bam, I know automatically whether I want to eat there or not. And that's that indulgence, right? You get that instant kind of gratification versus the traditional calling, checking. You know, this all gets kind of out of hand. And furthermore, you've kind of got a captive audience when it comes to social media. I've read an interesting survey that said millennials spend 2 hours or more per day on social media. That's huge, right? So you've kind of got a captive audience, people just using the internet over and over and over, and hopefully they come across your particular business. So the different kinds of social media that we think of would be things like collaborative projects. YouTube is an example of a collaborative project because I am submitting my video content to YouTube, and YouTube in some way is promoting it to advertisers, promoting it to viewers just like you, etc. Blogs, of course, those have been around for a long time, people talking about their experiences, recommending things. This is a form of social media. Content communities. YouTube is also an example of a content community. Actually, I should probably rephrase that. a better example of a collaborative project, YouTube does fit into that, but I would probably think that a collaborative project might also include Wikipedia, right? Because you've got lots and lots of people contributing to that kind of knowledge as a form of social media. And a content community could also be like, now Wikipedia could also be a content community. Collaborative projects and content communities, those definitions are a little fuzzy. But I think a better example would be Wikipedia for a collaborative project, and a content community might be a better example with YouTube, because again, I'm contributing content to YouTube. Of course, social networking. Facebook is the behemoth in that industry. That's a form of social media. Virtual game worlds. World of Warcraft is the only one that I know of for sure that exists. And again, that's people playing video games collaboratively. And of course, there are virtual social worlds. The one that comes to mind is that computer game called The Sims. It was part of the SimCity series, where people are going and taking on a persona or something like that and interacting with people. So these are kind of the examples of social media. Well, great. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, we're going to look at some theories that kind of govern or explain social media. Looking forward to seeing the next video. And as always, if you like this video, make sure you give me a like. That's like a thumbs up. Comment down below, and make sure you subscribe.